Giants got an amazing Thursday night football victory here in week 6, and now they get to go to Denver to take on Bo Nix and the Broncos. My name's Tyler, here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to break down this week 7 matchup and provide our predictions at the end. So be sure to leave a comment and let us know who you think is going to win. While you're at it, we're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers, and we're only 300 or so away, and let's see if we can get there this week. So hit that subscribe button, get notified when new videos come out. And Ryan, Giants, what's going on, man? Is Brian Dable off the hot seat now? I'm being facetious. He is still very much on the hot seat. This doesn't mean much of anything. But 2 games in a row, though, you go and you beat the Super Bowl champs at home on primetime TV. You're going to get another good opportunity here to play against another. I will call the Denver Broncos as a Super Bowl contender, especially the way the
Yeah.
AFC is shaping up. In the AFC, you're essentially you're hot or you're not. The way it is, it's about 8 teams, I think, that are good and about 8 that are not. And so Giants here, who knows? We'll have to see. I still think losing Malik Neighbors is a massive loss, obviously, because I think in this game they're not going to be able. They're going to try to, but I don't think they're going to be able to be nearly as effective of doing the scatterboo dart, run it all over you type mentality because Denver will gladly put like there's 7 guys in the box alone. I think could slow them down. And I don't know who they're going to. Pat Surtain is going to lock down whoever it is that he's going to be going up against. So I think it's going to be interesting, but I think it's going to be a fun matchup though for Bo Nix and this Broncos offense to try and bounce back after a rough performance against a good Giants defensive front. So I want to throw it over to you. What are your thoughts on the Giants, and also what do you think they need to do to pull off like another upset victory here?
Yeah. I mean, I think the Giants have been good the last few weeks. I know that loss in New Orleans looks bad, but I actually think New Orleans is a pretty good football team. They're playing a lot better than their 1-5 record with
Yeah.
State, and they've had some really close games in that stadium specifically. So for me, I think the Giants have been playing well since Jaxson Dart's arrival in the NFL. And offensively, I think he brings a whole nother set of weapons with his feet and can really stretch defenses, similar to how we've seen a lot of like the Josh Allens and the Jaden Daniels. And he's not quite that athlete, but definitely has a few rushing touchdowns already, and we'll definitely see more of those. So as far as this offense is concerned, you definitely saw the drop off when Russell Wilson was in on Thursday Night Football. That was funny. Is watching Brian Daboll, like I need him
Yeah.
out of that medical tent.
Yeah.
Like get me
I
away
am
from
a
this guy.
doctor. Get him in the game now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
Uh,
doctor. I think Russell Wilson has a concussion. We should get him out of the game right now. I think
yeah,
that's what he was
exactly.
saying.
Yeah. And so I just think the Giants right now, they're a young team that's trying to build something. It is unfortunate Malik Neighbors is not playing in this game. But when you go and you look at this Broncos defense coming off a 9-sack performance, holding the Jets of all people, but holding the Jets to net -10 passing yards. I just think that this defense is going to be something that Jaxson Dart has not seen yet in the NFL. And I'm really looking forward to this matchup because on the flip side of that, I think this Broncos offense has been struggling, and this has actually been a pretty decent Giants defense.
Yeah.
You go look at what they did to Philadelphia; they completely stifled the run game. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how these two teams stack up to each other.
Yeah. No, I'm curious for this and like just to keep on testing and seeing how each of these younger programs continue to keep on developing because the Broncos, like Bo Nix, younger, yes, and there's still some other younger guys as well, just on that offensive core outside of Cortland Sutton and company. But going up against it, like another good defense here, especially good defensive front 7 in the Giants, it's going to be a good test. But then at the same time, too, though, how is Jaxson Dart going to keep on developing? How's Camp Scatterby going to keep on developing? And that really is. I think what's intriguing within this game is can the Giants kind of continue to keep on bullying their way against a defense who bullies like every offense that they played.
Yeah,
Like I think you called this out in the Jets pregame or preview for the Week 7 matchup, but Justin Fields had -10 passing yards total. After you factor into this amount of sacks that he had in this game, which was 9 as well too. So this is a tough defense to go up against, and I think that that it's just I'm just curious how the Giants are going to be able to do this without Malik Neighbors. It's going to be. I love to have seen a Malik Neighbors Pat Surtain matchup, but that's just not going to happen here. But now with Wandale Robinson, LaJordan Humphrey, you're going to have Theo Johnson, well, like Jalen Hyatt's opportunity for him to keep on developing and maybe develop that connection as well. But when I just look at this matchup as a whole, I think it's going to be very difficult for the Giants to score against the Denver team, especially at home. They weren't super impressive in London, but it was an international game. And at the same time, too, it's up against a good Jets defensive front still, very similar. So I think they're going to learn a lot from this matchup here. But to me, when I look at this, I want to keep seeing Bo Nix and the Sean Payton offense keep on becoming more dynamic. Nothing too crazy, but just more I think just continue to building on like the methodicalness of moving the ball down the field. Like I said, a couple more chunk plays in a drive, and I think they have a good opportunity like to build on that in practice because I think if they get a lead, if they get up 10 early, I just don't see the Giants being able to like to pass their way to catch up. So I'm going to go with the Broncos here, being at home. I think the Broncos are one of the better teams in the AFC, especially to the way the AFC is shaping up, as I said. Because if you go look at the standings here, they're tied with the Chargers at 4-2. The Chiefs are playing extremely well at 3-3, and they're going to be getting Rashee Rice back. But when you go look at the rest of the AFC, like the Colts and the AFC South are good. I think the Broncos are better than the Jags, who are 4-2.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's going to should win the AFC North. The other AFC North teams are really either very injured or they suck or both. And then your Patriots are in a good spot to win the AFC East, and the Bills are going to be a playoff team, but they need to get healthier though too. And
Yeah.
so there's not like it's really 8 teams vying for 7 spots, maybe 9 teams vying for 7 spots in the AFC. So I think the Broncos are one of the better teams. So this is going to be interesting to see. While the Giants on the flip side, they technically are still in playoff hopes, but outside the Saints, the Giants I think are the second team in my mind that's for sure not going to make the playoffs. They're still technically in it, but there's a long way for them
Yeah.
to go because the NFC is loaded with potential wild card teams.
Yeah. I'm also going to go with the Broncos. Watching a lot of the Patriots stuff, Mike Vrabel has a saying, it's just you either win or you learn. And I feel like the Giants are going to learn a lot this week. I just think this Denver team is too well rounded. You go look offensively, Cortland Sutton is a great weapon. They've been running the ball really well with RJ Harvey. This offensive line is pretty solid as well. Bo Nix is making a lot of the right decisions, but then that doesn't even begin to describe what this defense is doing to teams. And what Denver has the best defense in football. And I don't even know how close that is. I'd have to go look statistically. But what they're doing right now on the defensive side of the football is phenomenal. And I really like this Denver team. I think they could do a lot of damage here in the AFC.
So for frame of reference, and now there is still one Monday Night Football game going on while we're recording this, but Denver is second in total yards allowed, third in total passing yards allowed, sixth in total rushing yards allowed, first in sacks with 30. The next closest one is there are 2 teams tied for second at 20 sacks.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good in the sack department overall.
Yeah.
They have 4 takeaways on the season so far. The takeaways are nice to have. I mean, like it's unless you're the Jaguars who have 13 takeaways. Holy cow. But so they're a very effective team overall. And even too,
Yeah.
if you go look now, there are some outliers. Like once again, like with
9 sacks
10,
is
well, in -10 passing yards that
yeah.
kind of also factor into that as well. But I think still that being said, they are also just smothering defense. Like they are really
Yeah.
good.
And so I think it's just going to be too hard for the Giants. I feel like they're going to get behind early, and then they're going to have to drop back pass with Jaxson Dart. And I feel like that's just going to be not a great situation for him. So,
yeah.
We're both taking the Broncos. Let's go ahead. Let's wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the New York Giants? Will it be the Denver Broncos? Other than that, we'll see you guys next time.